it's really okay to talk to each other. It really is. I want you to talk these things through so that you know how to do them. So that you don't feel stuck like you can't figure anything out. If you're not sure where to start, drawing a picture might be really helpful in this case. Even talk out loud. It's really okay. Does that give you a little step in the right direction? I want to pause you for just a moment because I heard a really good conversation over here in the corner. When you were explaining something to your partners that really helped to write one more extra given down besides these first two. Can you walk us through why the other one is true?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So V of F is 0 because you're trying to see how high the apple gets before it starts falling back down. And as it's going up, it's slowing down, and then it hits 0, that's the highest it gets, and then it starts going back down.
Does that kind of make sense? So, if this is an apple, my poor frog just likes to take on all kinds of different identities, right? Okay, so I'm going to throw him in the air, and the very highest he gets is way up there, right before he starts to come back down. Okay, so that's going to be your other given, and then you want to find this displacement, and you're trying to figure out if this displacement is equal to or greater than what? Say it like you want it, Sean. Yeah! 4! So we're going to solve for D, figure out what it is. Go ahead and do that quickly. What's the answer? Does it make it there? Not by a long shot. I find this question really kind of annoying because how far up does that apple go? What did you get? Look at displacement. Did you check with your neighbors yet or not yet?
Not yet.
Check with your neighbors and see, because then you'll feel better about it.
Hi.
It's not 4. And it's really pathetic when comparing it to 4. That's exactly what I was thinking. Right? What did you get, Zoe? Right? So it's totally, this is exactly how it is. Does our character have a name? Maria, she's kind of a jerk, right? So like her friend's up there in the tree, like, ooh, I want that apple, please. And she's like, come and get it. Right? Like that's all she's doing, right? It's so rude. It's so rude. Like that's all, because it's only going like a foot up. So mean. Okay, so part A is okay, right? Kind of jerky, but it is what it is. What's up?
What if Maria isn't jerky and she just has no arm strength and that's all the higher she
That's true. I'm sorry. I am making an assumption. Maybe that's as far as she can throw.
Maybe
but
Maria's
maybe at that point.
Maybe she should have thrown it. She should have been like, you should come down.
That's right. Or I'll cut. Yeah, exactly.
But Maria could be a toddler and she can't even.
Well, then it's not a good question. All right. Suppose everything, whatever. Now I want to go to part B. It says if the apple is not caught, and unless Maria's friend has like gadget arms, or like go gadget, I can reach 3 meters down. Okay. How long will the apple be in the air before it hits the ground? So for part B, what are they looking for? Time. What things do we have? We've got initial velocity, we've got acceleration, we've got time, and what's its displacement going to be? So it's just gonna fall from here down, right? So what is it? 1.3. Now, I want to just clarify. Because she still is throwing it upwards, right? Come get it. Okay, so that's what's happening. But the displacement only counts from where it starts to where it ends. It starts here, doesn't matter what happens up here, comes back down. So the total displacement is 1.3. But it's not just 1.3 meters, it's 1.3 meters in what direction? Down. And that's really important because otherwise you're saying that the apple goes up 1.3 meters and stops. Which doesn't make any sense, right? So that's not true. So that's 1.3 meters. And then do we have an equation that has those 4 things in it? Take a look. Look at your equation sheet. Why, yes, Miss Carvering. Carla, what equation do you want to use this time? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were ready. I'll let you look. Everybody look for that equation. Initial velocity, acceleration, time, and displacement. Those are the things that we want. Once you've got it, check with your neighbors, see if they agree with you. All right, Carly, you agreeing with people now? You don't look like you really trust him, though.
What's up? What?
Which one did you say, Max?
The displacement equals initial velocity times time plus 1/2 times acceleration times time squared.
Okay, now, she doesn't look convinced, so I want to make sure that we're convincing. Okay? Does it have initial velocity?
Yes.
Yes. Does it have acceleration?
Yes.
Yes. Does it have time?
Yes.
Twice. Woo! And does it have displacement?
Yes.
Yes. Does it have anything extra?
No.
No, so we're good. Does that make sense? Okay, now, here's the thing. Do any of these things go to 0?
No.
Wah, wah, wah. That's sad. Okay? Because none of these things go to 0, we have to use the quadratic formula. Now I want to ask, raise your hand if you've seen or heard of the quadratic formula before. Okay. If you have not, I don't want you to freak out, it's okay. Or if you've seen it but you don't remember it. Like, I don't remember. I know I've heard that word. I'm going to help you out with it right now. I'm going to let you know that on your test, you will not have to use the quadratic formula, but on the lab that comes after the one we're going to do today, you will need it. So that's why I want to make sure that you see it and you understand it, okay? So here we go. We're going to write this down. Everybody should write this down with me. A quadratic equation is one that makes a parabola. You can know that or not. It doesn't really matter. But it has this form. It looks like this. Y is equal, or x, we'll just say ax squared. What is your deal, friend? Plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay? This is kind of the same thing. Remember last time we were talking about the lens lab, and I said it's going to look like a straight line, and you told me that if it was a straight line, it looked like the equation had to look in what form? What did we say? Yeah, y equals mx plus b. Every time you have a straight line, it's y equals mx plus b. Every time you have a quadratic, it looks like this, where the a, the b, and the c are numbers, and you're solving for x. Okay? What are we solving for in this equation up here? What's the question mark sit by? Time. Do you see how there's a time squared up here? And there's a time here, and then there's something without a time?
Yep.
Just like here there's an x squared, and then there's an x, and then there's something without x's? Okay? I'm going to make this thing look like this thing. Here we go. Do it with me. Here we go. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. 1/2 at squared plus vit. So I'm reordering these, so I just flipped them. Is that okay? If I want to move this one over here, I have to subtract. Is that okay? So I'm going to subtract my d onto the other side. Actually, I'm going to write it this way. Plus negative displacement is equal to 0. I want everybody to take a deep breath right now. In. And let it out. Here we go. This thing that looks like an A is this thing right here. Do you see that? Do you see how they kind of match? Okay. This thing that's a B is this thing right here. And then the T, or the C, I mean, is this thing here. Okay? In order to solve this, we use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula has a song that goes with it. There are a couple different songs. I am partial to the Pop Goes the Weasel version. Do y'all know this one? X equals opposite. Yeah, you've heard this before? Okay, so I'm going to sing it once by myself or with you. You can join me. You don't have to sit there in silence. And then you're all going to join me the second time, okay? You need to write this down. Nick, you totally look like you think I'm crazy. Do you think I'm crazy for real? Okay. I mean, you can say yes if it's true. It's okay. All right, it looks like this. In order to solve that thing, we sing the song. X equals opposite B plus or minus square root. Nobody's singing with me. Come on. B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Write that down. Write that down.
It's so far away.
We're going to sing it in just a moment.
Yeah, we did.
Here we go. What's that? It will never be on a test. It won't be on a test. There's going to be a lab that you have it, but you'll have your notes. So it'll be okay. We're going to sing it together. Here we go. X equals opposite B plus or minus square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Okay? No, because we don't have time. But this is what I want you to do. I want you to put a big star by this thing. This is what I want you to try to do for homework tonight. Okay? With whatever else, because the other stuff you have to do is just the problem set. Okay? I want you to try this and we're going to compare it on Wednesday. Okay? What I need you to do right now is to send up the person with the shortest hair to get one of these for each person. And
But-
you take them.
So,